This series is predominantly for women, and it's also for men that love women, their wives, their sisters, their daughters, their granddaughters, their mothers, their aunts. And it's also for the men that have been habitually misusing or even abusing women over the years. I'm a little bit perplexed about this series. I think it's one of the most profound teachings I've ever done. Good morning, Sterling. And yet it's not getting a lot of popularity. The numbers on it are not very good as far as views, but I really feel that this is something that I'm doing maybe for posterity, and it's something that will click with people eventually. But it is among the most powerful work that I've ever done. It has some of the greatest potential to absolutely change the world that we live in and change the world that you live in. Not sure why it's not pulling great numbers at this point, but that's okay. I'm committed to this. If it's me and Catherine and Sterling and Rachel and Jerry that are the only ones that are watching this, because I think it is unbelievably profound. And again, I think it's some of the best information that I've ever put out. And we're going to press through and bring this information, even if I'm the only one watching me do it, because it's just good stuff. And we're going to keep going and keep pressing. Good morning, Ryan. And I just want you to know, ladies and gentlemen, that I'm very serious about the fluffy, the focused life force energy. I have put on all our websites that before you book a session with us, we strongly recommend you take advantage of the fluffy free trial. And the reason why we do it is because it gives you this high consciousness field, which allows our work with you to be maximized and allows you as well to maximize the work that you're doing. So click in the box below, do the fluffy free trial. I think it's very important. You also might consider getting some MYSTECH. These things do put you into the Schumann resonance, which puts your body into the resonance of the earth, the ideal resonance of the earth. And again, puts you in a state of consciousness and a state of being where your dis-ease falls away. And when you're focused and when you don't have dis-ease and when you're balanced, I mean, the way it works is, and I took mine off for sleep and forgot to put it back on, but your body is all chaotic right now because all the atoms and molecules are bouncing all around. You put on the MYSTECH, even this little bit that I have, and it puts you into balance. So between the fluffy and the balance of MYSTECH, you're creating yourself a great field to create yourself within. So that's the reason why I do that stuff. That's the reason why we offer this stuff, because we think it's very, very powerful in getting you to a place where you can be very, very powerful. So let's go right now into, I'm not going to share the screen. It's not necessary. So stop that, Jeff. We're going to go right into this teaching, and it really is, I think, powerful. Some of them haven't been so great, and I've skipped them, but some of them have been really, really powerful, and this is especially powerful. It's lesson 9, and I'm coming from a daily ohm purchase, daily ohm, sorry, I'm a little bit scattered today, from a daily ohm course that I purchased. The course is from Jumana Sophia, which is interesting, and the course is called Breaking the Grip of Past Lovers, and this is lesson 9. This only lesson 4 or 5 for us, because some of them, to be frank with you, haven't included a lot of great information, but this one includes some really good information, and it's called Grounding for Real. And usually we think of grounding, go out, stand on the earth, and I'm looking forward to getting out to the beach today and doing some grounding myself. But this is taking it to another level. And again, this is for women, and this is for men that love women, and this is for men that have been abusing or misusing women habitually. Now, we've talked a lot up till this point about the sacred bowl, the sacred center, the sacred organs and spirituality of the woman, and the woman learning to respect that for themselves, and the men learning to understand the sacredness and to respect it as well. It's all about tending and loving your body temple, ladies, and it's all about you men, we men, understanding and cherishing the sacred body temple of the woman. And what this is really all about, ladies and gentlemen, this is about beginning a process of discovering natural laws. And the way that we now approach sexuality in the West and probably in the East as well to a lesser degree. Anywhere where the capitalistic Judeo-Christian society has the sway, this misapplication, this misunderstanding, this deliberate debilitating of natural laws has taken root. And in our past relationships, especially sexually intimate relationships, but also including emotionally intimate relationships, there's three huge struggles for clarity. And it's interesting. Last night we were having a discussion about clarity. And here it comes up this morning, clarity. There's three aspects of relating in your emotional and your sexually intimate relationships. And the biggest struggle for clarity comes from these three aspects. Number one, and we'll apply this first to ladies. Ladies, knowing your real needs as separate from unconscious manipulation. So ladies, you need to know your real needs around sexuality and intimacy. And you need to be able to separate your real needs from manipulative practices. And you can manipulate yourself as well, ladies. Oh, I know that this isn't right, but I know this isn't perfect, but. And of course, you're going to be manipulated from men as they try to get with you. So knowing your real needs and understanding your real needs and separating them from unconscious manipulation in men, knowing your real needs. Your real needs are not to have sex with as many women as you possibly can. Your real needs are not to dominate women. Your real needs are not to stroke your ego. Your real needs are for not a mundane sexual relationship, not a profane sexual relationship, but a sacred sexual relationship. And if you don't get that, I probably can't help you too much. And you also unconsciously manipulate yourselves. And there's probably to some degree that there are ladies out there too that will manipulate men around sexuality, probably very, very small amounts though, because this is a predator prey thing, and the way that we've set it up, and it's been set up for thousands of years, we know what goes on. So the important thing though is that we both men and women, need to know the real needs of the woman as far as sacred sexuality goes, as far as sexuality goes. And we need to be able to understand that the real needs are the real needs, and we need to be able to understand and separate the unconscious manipulation. Now, when ladies and when men express these real needs in a way that allows them and in a way that is authentic, they will be met with willingness and joy instead of negotiation or fighting. So ladies, if you find yourself in a situation where emotional sexual intimacy comes down to negotiations or it comes down to fighting, review, see what's going on. Is there a real need? Is there unconscious manipulation? Is it coming from you? Is it coming from him? And then it's important to maintain this posture of reverence for yourself. And this posture of reverence for yourself, ladies, lays the foundation for what you're willing to accept and what you're not willing to accept. And it teaches your lovers how to treat you. It forces your lovers how to treat you with real respect, real sensitivity, and real support. Ladies, you've got no business entering into an emotionally intimate or a physically intimate relationship with a man who does not treat you with real respect, who does not treat you with real sensitivity, and does not treat you with real support. And if you have habitually been doing so, then you don't believe that you're worthy of real respect. And there's some shame, and there's some guilt, and there's some self-loathing that has to be dealt with. We do that through LIFETRACK analysis and repair. We do that through writing technique. We do that through meditation. And if you don't limit your sexual and intimate involvement with a man that is sensitive to you, then you don't believe you deserve sensitivity. If you don't limit your sexual and emotional intimacy with men that are supportive of you, then you don't believe that you're worthy of support. And men, if you don't have a posture of reverence for women, if you don't treat women with real respect, sensitivity, and support, then you don't deserve to be with a real woman. You need to step up. And ladies, really the bottom line is that the way that you've been seeing yourself, the way that the things you accept for yourself and the standards that you hold for yourself have determined and will continue to determine how you're treated by by lovers. It's happened in the past, it's happening in your present, and it will happen in your future. What you think about you determines how much you're willing to accept. What you think about you, ladies, determines how you're being treated. It's determined how you've been treated by past lovers. It's determining how you're treated today by lovers, and it will determine how much and how you are treated by lovers in the future. How much have you tolerated that was really intolerable to you? You've made those decisions, and until you change those decisions, you will continue to get what you've got. And we're not talking about surface stuff like, do you love yourself? How's your self-esteem? How's your sense of attractiveness? How's your sense of worth? But we're talking about stuff down deep on the inside, on the personality level, where you just haven't got to the place where you have deep reverence for yourself and where you have intimate, real connection with your feminine essence, and that you haven't come into residency of who you really are, and you don't have this authority in your life that you listen to with your sexual nature in particular. And it's caused all kinds of dysfunction in your past sexual relationships. It'll continue to cause dysfunction in your current relationships, and it will continue to cause dysfunction in your future relationships until you take care of it. You've got to get to the place where deep down on the inside, you've got a reverence for yourself. You've got to get to the place where deep down on the inside, you have a unshakable connection with your authentic feminine essence. And until you live in that place and understand that place and listen to your divine sacred essence talking to you about your sexual nature, you'll never fully create and you'll never fully receive sexual intimacy and integrity in your relationships. But I want to have great sex, so I have sex with a lot of men. That guarantees you won't have great sex. I want to feel more love, so I have sex with a lot of men. That guarantees that you won't feel real love. It guarantees the exact opposite. If you want full sexual ecstasy, if you want full sexual intimacy, if you want full sexual integrity, that only comes by recognizing your reverence, insisting upon authentic connection, being connected to your authentic feminine essence with people that are not manipulative. If you want real joy, if you want real willingness, then you've got to come to the place where you know and you understand and you insist upon people that give you real respect, that have true sensitivity, and that have true support. And this is not a mental exercise, ladies. And men, I'm telling you how to step up and be the man that a real woman needs. Well, these girls don't care. Well, then move on. This is not a series, men, that's going to teach you how to excel in your profane sexual relationships. This is not a series that's going to teach you how to be great in your mundane sexual relationships. This is a series that's going to teach you how to be a real man and how to meet and fall in love with a real woman. And that's all that I'm here to give you on this. And the reason why this is not just a thought lesson, the reason why this isn't just so much mental autoeroticism is because there are natural laws to how a woman's body opens up sexually, intimately, emotionally. There's natural, sacred, mysterious laws, and they're part of creation. And when women turn their bodies and their sexualities with open curiosity and an attitude of reverence, the whole world opens up. And these laws reveal themselves to you. And ladies, once you learn how to revere and honor and listen to the wisdom and the beauty of your body, especially when it opens, then you'll be ready to welcome someone into your life who already is meeting you at that place and helping you enjoy one of the great gifts of womanhood. And this kind of tears me up, surrendering your body to be opened by someone that really is worthy of doing it. And men, shame on you if you manipulate women to get to this place where they open to you and you're stealing from them. And there will be hell to pay for you. If you're manipulating, if you're abusing women, there will be hell to pay. Sooner or later, you will pay for the manipulation, the use, and the abuse of women in your life. You will pay. And today it's time to cleanse yourself and repent and move forward and do better. It's very important. It's very powerful. And it's very necessary. Ladies, understand your real needs. Recognize manipulation. Men, understand women's real needs. Don't be manipulative. Teach the ladies in your life to do this. Ladies, when you express your needs in a genuine way to a person that genuinely does offer you those things, it'll be met with willingness and joy, and the tension will go. Ladies, have a posture of reverence for yourself that teaches and demands how your lovers treat you with respect, sensitivity, and support. Men, have reverence for women and treat them with respect, sensitivity, and support. And yeah, you may lose some along the way, but they're not at the place where you can have a good relationship with them anyway. And ladies, understand that what you've been willing to accept is exactly what has determined what you've got in the past. It really wasn't the dude's fault. It was your fault because you accepted it and you allowed it. And you accepted it and you allowed it because you weren't where you need to be. And the good news is that you can forgive yourself for that, and you can move forward now and take charge and understand your true sensual self-esteem, understand your true sensual attractiveness, understand your true sensual worth. And you will find that you won't attract and you won't surrender and give yourself to the same dysfunctional partnerships and dysfunctional sexual relationships that you've had in the past. And it all happens when you come into reverence and connection and deeply understand your body and your sexual nature and listen to your deep, intimate female spirituality. And you will find full sexual integrity and ecstasy when you come into these places and when you find a man that recognizes it and a man that honors it, because there are natural laws. I just wish I could really enter into a deep, intimate relationship physically. I wish I could give myself to a man physically and really love it and enjoy it. Well, then you got to stop giving yourself to so many of them. There's natural, sacred, mysterious laws that govern this. And once you understand your sexuality, once you are connected to your sexuality, once you have learned to listen to, revere, and honor your wisdom and inner beauty and find someone that recognizes it, you will find the great gift of womanhood, allowing yourself to be open to a person that is worthy of you being open to. And when you find that, wow. And men, when you become people that a woman can trust to do that, wow. That's all I can say. I'm doing well, Katha. Thank you so much. This is day 2, cold turkey, no smoking. Good for you. It's harsh, but I go into mad exercise when I have cravings. Good job. Domestic manipulation. Yep, don't do it. Pierce, let's not be so stereotypical, please. Looks like, anyway. Wow. Wow. Boy, there's some deep stuff going on in the chat room today. Woo, yeah. Good for you, Michelle. Wow, this brings up a lot of stuff. You've got to accept your own responsibility for your own mistakes. It is a harsh lesson. Love yourself, forgive yourself. Miracle Babe says, unfortunately, yes. There's a lot of powerful stuff here in this series. That's why I'm going to keep doing it. And it's hard sometimes, but it's necessary if you want to get from where you are to where you want to be. No more profane sexuality. No more mundane sexuality. Sacred sexuality. Sacred relationships. Calling ourselves to a higher level. Calling upon ourselves to step up. Calling upon ourselves to create the life that we want and the life that we'll love. That's what this is all about. This is unindoctrinating yourself. Ladies, unindoctrinating yourself for what you've been doing to yourself. Men, unindoctrinating yourself for what you've been doing to women. All of us unindoctrinating ourselves from understanding and seeking profane and mundane and insisting only on the sacred. This will change the world. And it could change the world in 6 months, a year, if we'd all do this. It's amazing, ladies and gentlemen. And all I can do is bring you to this water. You decide to drink. All I can do is bring you to this objective information. You decide if you want to think. Sandra and I can work with you on relationship optimization. We can work with you on personal optimization, physical optimization, spiritual optimization. I think it's hard for young men and women to truly know who they are and their needs. That comes with time. It does, Rachel. But it also is incumbent upon all of us to unindoctrinate ourselves from what we're told is real, what we're told is true, because for 2,000 years, we've been sold a bill of goods. And we need to rise above that. And we have to unlearn error so we can learn truth. And it all starts with the respect of the sacred feminine by the females themselves, respecting themselves for who they truly are, and insisting only on allowing themselves to be an intimate, emotional, and sexual union with men that realize their inherent sacredness of femininity. Thank you, ladies. That's what we need to do. And I'm not going to stop until we have made it to that place. And everybody's a critic. That's okay. It happens sometimes. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty. This is New Cosmic Knowledge. We're teaching you how to unindoctrinate yourself. And Catherine says she grew up with Cinderella and fairy tales, and it was a harsh reality. Can I give you a little bit of encouragement, Catherine? Fairy tales can come true. Fairy tales can be real. And let me say this, fairy tales are real. And let me say this, there is a prescription, a duplicatable series of a duplicatable action plan that will lead you into a Cinderella fairy tale relationship. It's called relationship optimization. We can show you. I'm telling you, and I did a video on it not too long ago. Fairy tales can come true if you know how to write them. I'm Jeffrey Daugherty. serpentanddove.org, rawreflections.org, jeffreydaugherty.com. Sandra and I stand ready, willing, and fairly able to work with you. Tonight, later on today, 5:00 p.m., Jenny Moonstone in the house on Serpent and Dove. You don't want to miss that. And until then, I'm Jeffrey Daugherty reminding you you're divine, you're sovereign, you're free. Reminding you that now's the time to create yourself and build the life that you love. And if you want some help, you know where to find us. Namaste to you. I salute you for being here seeking after truth. And we are the last generation of real humans. Let's get busy.